It's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? On the return, Tremont Smith. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively, and 2nd down. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared the same way they normally do.
Yeah, that's a great question because normally that preparation goes into what you do well on defense. What is the best thing that you do going into a game? But in this case, you might want to take all the tendencies and throw them out the window. I would expect them to throw every trick play in the book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
On play action, they'll throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
On 3rd down, Bryson. He will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it.
And now the rookie's free.
Okay, baby, come on.
And he takes this way down deep into Cleveland territory. 61 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Lindsay. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. The tackle by Arik Armstead.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 7, but still well short here with 4th and goal looming. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And this one is right through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Touchdown, Browns! Anthony Schwartz, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Browns have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department, as this remains a 6-3 score. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Now this thing gets marked where it went out of bounds, so they're going to have really good starting field position near midfield. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line.
Second down at 4. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. .6-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On 2nd down now, Bryson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. The point after through the raindrops up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Takes it at the 7. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Browns drive about to get started. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment for them in the second half of the season?
Well, I think that the road gets a little bit tougher for them. And when I look at their schedule, I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult. But this is a good team, so I'm going to go with 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. second down and 8. Off of play action, here's Lance. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big connection on that one, 31 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have retaken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, you talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll set up a throw. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Play action. Now it's Lance. And his throw here's incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. And let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers, and they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the report. Did he end it? We're done here. That's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
Now, after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big play that time for Cleveland. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try to run with Hunt, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. Now for the point after. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd and 2. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Coming up on 2nd and 7. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Browns drive about to get started. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do?
It's pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Lance looking to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Hunt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. To throw, it's Lance. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Let's go. Check 31. Check 31.
A give right side now to Hunt. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. On third down, here's Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. Bryson, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30.
Here we go, D. Get off the field. Right there.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. This is the tight end, Njoku. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. A carry here for Hunt. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a play fake. Lance. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Here's a handoff to Hunt running left. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
On play action, Lance. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Well, they've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands on motion man.
Here's Lance to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Now Lance going to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Certainly not what they wanted there, so the football by rule comes out to the 40.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And he'll give it here to his running back. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bryson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. A About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
Just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bryson, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
All these years we've been watching.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. They'll look to throw here. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a good call there. That brings up 4th. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Lance now on first down. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing on first down is Lance. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Here's Smith to return it. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. Second and 9. Looking to throw. And that is caught. It's Ridley. Past the 20. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big play there for Atlanta.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Check 26, check 26. 70 Lions. 3, check 3.
They'll run on first down. Bryson, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
3 buzz. 45's the mic. 45's the mic.
On second down, Gainwell looking for space. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Lance now on 1st down. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely, but that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here, and then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame that talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their career. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have to go ahead and ride it out. And this is an opportunity now for everyone in this locker room to move forward.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. Jones hit and the ball's out. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, Even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Room past the 20 as they'll finally stop him at the 23-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. Oh, he's got some break. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. There, this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, Bryson. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. He's crashing. He's checking crab.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bryson. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. 177 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Bryson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Now back to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
That's all. That's all.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Browns,
YBN wanna thank